Lord Mumm-Ra, the gate is impenetrable. Ancient spirits of evil, transport me to the Tower of Omens. The Thundercats are coming. Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form to Mumm-Ra, the ever-living. Your first. Is that the best you have? I call upon the ancient spirits once more.
Thunder! Thundercats! Oh!
Mumm-Ra!
You two, get Panthro to the tank. See what you guys can do for Cat.
Snarf! I'm waiting, boy.
Bring it on.
I can't believe I'm out of the fight.
You'll be back in the fight before you know it. Life support engaged. Sword of Omens, give me the strength.
Gauntlet return. Ancient spirits of evil, grant me more power. Whiskers.
Is he alright? I gotta get back in the fight.
Out of the way. Boy, open the gates.
Bodily repairs complete. Let's get to it.
You hurt me, and now you're gonna hurt my tank? Now open the gate or I'll destroy your friends.
Sword of Omens, open the gate and release the tower's power. Hello and welcome to another Action Figure Adventures Action Figure Review. I originally planned on just checking out the new Panthro and Mumm-Ra the Ever-Living, but after I made the animation at the beginning, I decided to do sort of a quick overview of the entire line of 4-inch Thundercats toys. We're still going to start with these guys. The new Panthro figure here, based on his Season 2 appearance in the cartoon, has him with his robotic arms. He comes with a painted nunchuck and an unpainted nunchuck that clips on the back of his belt. He's very similar to, quick segue, Wave 1 Panthro, which uses all the same parts except for the arms. I do find it interesting that if you look at their fists straight on, his are basically parallel to each other, and the old one are sort of 90 degrees to each other. I don't know which one I like more. I kind of think this one gets nicer posing with the nunchucks in a little bit, and I think he fits in the Thunder Tank just a hair better. Mumm-Ra, the Ever-Living, the big bad guy. I don't own any of the deluxe figures because I really am not a fan of action features. So this was my first chance to get Mumm-Ra in this scale, in his, battle form. He's cool. His wings are tiny. I almost bought the deluxe one so I could get the big wings, but they just didn't look good to me. His wings actually fit into a peg in his back, but covered the Thunderlinks tab. I'm not a huge fan of these little floating pieces here, but I can live with them. I wish they wouldn't sculpt these on, because they look goofy when he has his hands up or out. So I just, I guess it's more cartoon accurate, but I would just leave them off, I think. Here I've got the Wave 1 Mumm-Ra, the mummy version. Decent figure. He comes with the dagger of Plundar and the gauntlet. The big Mumm-Ra came with the large sword of Plundar, which I seem to have misplaced since doing the animation, but you saw it in there. Next up we got the two Lion-Os. Wave 1 Lion-O, as he looks for most of the cartoon series. Wave 2 Lion-O, how he looks at the end of Season 2, with the additional armor. It is cool they gave him a different face. He has like a roaring face, and I like that the Sword of Omens is silver instead of gray. It just looks a little better. Here we have Cheetara. She's Wave 1. She looks good from the front. Her Thunderlinks thing looks kind of weird since they didn't make it yellow. well, there's my only real problem with her, is that she is not very good at standing. She's okay, but her feet are pretty tiny, her legs are very thin, and she just is easy to knock over. She was kind of frustrating during the animation. Then we have Tigra, who has a little belt, a blaster that goes in there, which also got misplaced from the animation, apparently, and his whip, which I think is really cool. Much better than the string whip that the vintage one came with when I was a kid. It's cool. Put Tigra in the back there. The Thunder Kittens, Wily Kit, Wily Cat, they both come on their little hoverboard things. Oops, don't want to knock over Chitara. I didn't do anything with the hoverboards in the video because they just roll around. I don't know. I don't really like them that much. They're cool in the cartoon, but as skateboards, they're not that cool. And the kittens, I actually had to plan on taking them out right away if I wanted to use them in the video, because the figures because they're little tiny characters, they're just not good figures. You know, they have the tail that helps support them, the legs don't move, the heads turn, and the arms move, and my Wily Cat arm falls off all the time. So, I had to eliminate them, so Cat got it put in the gauntlet coma, or whatever you want to call it. So that takes care of the basic figures I have. I'm missing Claudus, I don't have him. Lizard Tank, and the Lizard Man driver to it. I really wish there were more bad guys. It's a shame that it's him and Mumm-Ra. You know, they really need to do another wave and get Monkey In and Jackal and all those guys. Make way for the Thunder Tank. Alright, the Thundercats vehicle, mode of transportation. The vintage one was so cool as a kid. This one, not as much. It's a huge tank in the cartoon, and the people can ride in it, and you've got one seat. And it comes with Snarf. It has the Thunderlink system in it. It'll say Thundercats Ho. Push the button. Oops, it's under the flap. Alright. But the claws fall off all the time. Especially this one. That's why the tank doesn't excite me that much. Here's the invisible Tigra. He came with the Tower of Omen playset. The tower, it's too big to get in the camera shot. The gate makes a nice display. I like the little Thunderlinks feature, although why the character has to jump up with his back to the wall to open the doors, I don't know. I also think it's funny that a few of the characters are light enough to just get suspended there. You still can't see this thing. It's too big to be up close like this. There's a removable panel here, though, that can be used as a slide for figures. Whee! That's a really lousy action feature. It also has an elevator that you can clip guys into and make them ride up and down.
Thundercats! Ho!
And whether the guy makes it to the top or not, it will scream at you. The elevator slides up.
Thundercats! Ho!
It makes these pieces spring open, and it also lights up the
Thundercats! Ho!
tower. The last item I have to go over here is the Armor of Omens, which we saw in a flashback in the cartoon. We have yet to see Lion-O get it. Hopefully the cartoon continues and he can get it. You can see the similarities between his stuff and the super suit here. It's a giant robot suit that has some okay arm articulation. The legs don't move at all. There's no waist articulation. The head can look around a little. Oh yeah, power buttons right there. Eyes light up. Inside, he came with a gold Lion-O, so that way you could activate your Thunderlinks things. And the Invisible Tigra here has less detail, just like Lion-O. They are remakes of figures that came with the Thunder Cycles or whatever they're called. This motorcycle that shoots off the tank, they made these in a larger size you could put a figure in, and they came with Tigra and Lion-O painted up to look better, but they're just slightly less articulated and less detailed versions of the characters, and then they were remolded as accessories. It's a decent line. You know, lots of characters, I wish they would make some more bad guys. I wish I could find Claudus. I love that he's voiced by Larry Kenney, the original voice actor of Lion-O. The Lizard Man is actually my favorite figure as far as he has great articulation. He stands really well. I mean, he's got a tail, which helps. Panthro's good. Good articulation with his ball-jointed hips, and he's got knee joints. You know, other characters, they tried to keep Chitara looking good, so they couldn't do some of the same joints. And she has this weird, like, swivel cut thing going on here, and it just makes her legs kind of weird, but it keeps her, I guess, skinny. The accessories are all really, really gummy, which works well for the nunchuck, but is terrible for the Sword of Omens that gets all bent and wavy. Thanks for stopping by another Action Figure Adventures Action Figure Review.